Hi Collective, how are y'all doing? Happy full moon in Scorpio. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returner, welcome back. I'm Sarah, this is Cancer Capricorn Guidance, and I'm here to bring you love, light, and guidance through tarot, astrology, and spirituality. As always, before we get started, in my description box you can find my email. If you would like to set up a personal reading with me, I am open to doing bookings right now, so just shoot me an email and we can set something up. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, I have linked my Instagram down below. I have a couple Spotify playlists that if you really want to check out, feel free to check those out. I just really like sharing music with people, so if you're trying to get into some new music, check those out. I also have my PayPal linked below if you would like to donate to this channel. It would mean the absolute world to me, so thank you so much if you choose to do that. Also, I have linked Hannah, the person who designed these lovely things behind my head, and my stickers, which are now in my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop link is below, and the link to her stuff is down below because she's a wonderful artist and she deserves all the support in the world, and she has done a lot for me. So please feel free to check out my stickers on my Etsy shop and check out her Etsy shop that she has up there. Okay, I think that's all the announcements. So I'm in a weird headspace today because this is a little bit before the full moon in Scorpio, but I really wanted to sit down and do a little bit of filming. I'm definitely not going to get to all of these in one sitting. It's probably going to be half and half, but I really wanted to do pull some cards for each of the signs for the full moon in Scorpio because I think this is going to be a really big one. Just briefly, I went over it in my April forecast video, astrology forecast for April. I put in all the transits that would be happening in April, and now that we're at the end of the month, the full moon in Scorpio has come around. I think this is going to be an important transit for a lot of people, specifically Scorpio moons, people with heavy Scorpio placements, water sign placements, fixed placements. I think this is going to be really interesting. Especially because it's a super moon. I think that's also an interesting point of full moons in general. For those of you that don't know, full moons in general are a time to really reflect on kind of the lunar cycle, the past month. They're a time when things may come to light. We may reach some sort of realization. We may receive some clarity that we've been asking for. It may be a culmination of something that we've been working on. Some emotions may come to the surface, as the moon does represent our emotional or our inner selves. And because this one is in Scorpio and it's a super moon, a lot of heavy, deeper emotions are going to be highlighted or illuminated. And with the super moon, it's going to be closer to Earth. We're going to be seeing it a lot closer when the moon is much lower on the horizon. It appears much closer to us in the northern hemisphere anyway. And so I think that it's going to be interesting. We're going to be getting a much more in detail, up close look at things that we have been maybe avoiding, as Scorpios do. They avoid and push a lot of things away. They keep a lot of things secret. They keep a lot of things hidden and locked up. A lot of things may be coming to the surface, coming to light, being illuminated. We may be finally looking at things from a much closer lens, from a much closer perspective, in a lot more detail. We might be seeing things a lot more clearly. Specifically with the sign of Scorpio, I think that there may be some older stuff coming to the surface in terms of emotions. Anything that we've been pushing down or pushing away, I think that's really going to come up at this time, because this is a time to really reflect. This is a time to heal. This is a time to purge on a lot of those heavier things. It's a good time to kind of reflect on some karmic cycles that we've been going through, especially in terms of our transformations. When I think of Scorpio, I think of the Death card. I think about the heavier transitions and transformations that we go through in life, the heavier death processes that we go through in life. This is a time to kind of bring to surface anything that we ashamedly hide, that we're not really proud of, that we don't want a lot of people to see, a lot of our vulnerabilities. It's a good time to reveal how you really feel. Some deeper feelings may be coming to the surface, and it may be time to express those, whether to yourself or to someone that needs to hear how you feel about something. But again, this is just a time to really reflect on our transformations that we've been going through, or the ones that have already happened, or the ones that we're kind of enduring right now. Scorpio is all about death and transformation, and a lot of times this is looked at really negatively, but I don't see it as negative, because with every death process there is an opportunity for transformation. There's an opportunity for rebirth. So I think this is a good time to lean into a lot of those heavier energies and allow these transitions and these transformations to kind of occur if we have been avoiding them, or to reflect on some of the bigger transitions and transformations that we have experienced in our life and how they have helped us grow, how they have helped us heal from a lot of our deeper wounds, a lot of the wounds that go back to our childhood, you know, healing our inner child. This could have a lot of themes to do with power and control as well. With Scorpio, as a fixed sign, there is a lot of power and control over one's own emotions, a lot of attempts to control and conceal a lot of how we feel. Again, that's going to be coming to the surface. Maybe some of these wounds are going to be open, but it's just a time to really reflect on these things and kind of lean into, not resist, not allow this resistance to get the best of us, but to lean into these emotions and let ourselves heal these things, release these things, you know, reflect on these karmic cycles and how we've changed and how those patterns might still be playing out in our lives, how we can break those cycles, how we can heal those cycles, and how we can use this as a source of power, a source of our own inner power moving forward, and how much we have healed, how much we have transformed, how much we have changed. And again, I think just a big important message for this is just going to be that I don't think that we should be fearing the death process. The death process happens over and over again within our own lives on a collective level, on a personal level. And the death process isn't something to be feared. It's an opportunity. It's always an opportunity to transform ourselves and to be reborn. So I think those are going to be some really important themes coming up during this full super moon in Scorpio. I know that was really messy, mixed messaging. I'm just a little bit all over the place right now. But mostly, I hope you take away some of these important themes. It's really a good time to connect deeply with ourselves, connect deeply with the things that we maybe have been concealing, connect deeply with our wounds, our transformational processes, how they have made us who we are, and how we can take these lessons moving forward and use them to our advantage, use them as part of how we feel empowered about our healing processes and how they have made us who we are. All right, I just want to go through all the signs. I think that I'm going to start with Scorpio because I love you guys, Scorpios, especially for those of you who have Scorpio moon placements. Again, I would always be checking multiple placements you have, whatever placements that you feel really connected to at this time. I would definitely check your moon sign for these readings, but any Scorpio placements you may have, I would definitely watch. But always check your sun, check your moon, check your rising, check your Venus. Sometimes I watch my Mars, especially if there's a lot of planetary action regarding a certain planet. And if that planet is in your sign currently, it's always good to watch for that placement. That's usually what I like to do. So anyway, let's start with Scorpios. Just want to pull a few cards for each sign and just check in on some of the energies that you may be feeling, any messages that Spirit may have for you guys. So first, I'm going to start with Scorpio. Any first messages here for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, whatever Scorpio placements you may have. These messages are for Scorpio for this full Scorpio moon. Any messages that Scorpio really needs to hear at this time? Any messages for their healing and transformational processes? The number 13 and the number 9. I am compassionate and I am inspiring. I understand how important it is to have compassion, and not just for others, but for myself as well. I forgive myself for the times I may have let myself down. I forgive others for the same. I realize that, like me, everyone is doing the best they know with the tools they have. I am compassionate. I am inspiring. I am inspiring to those around me even when I don't realize it. When I am welcoming, kind, and giving towards people, it inspires them to respond to me the same way. I am inspiring. Scorpio, this is really beautiful energy, especially for your sign. Again, I think this full moon is going to be good for you to reflect on how you have transformed, how you have used your own transformational processes, how you have done your own inner healing, your own emotional healing, and how you can really be easier on yourself and others about your own transformational processes, about those around you, about how we're all kind of going through our own separate things, but on a collective level, we're all going through some shit. Especially, you know, in recent times, a lot of us are going through something, and it's important to be really compassionate towards yourself. Scorpio, maybe you've been feeling this heavy energy around this full moon or for a while now. It's really important to give yourself some credit, cut yourself some slack, be compassionate towards yourself. You know, we're all doing our best. You are doing your best. And I think that you don't give yourself enough credit for the ways that you have done a lot of that internal work. You have done a lot of healing. You have changed a lot. You've really matured a lot. You've really glowed up and transcended a lot and ascended, I guess I'm trying to say. And that act in itself, the way that you have changed and transformed through all of your hardships, through all the tough battles that you've had to face, that is really inspiring to people. And I think that you may not be realizing that, you know, the ways that you have changed and used these, you know, shitty experiences to really become a much stronger and wiser person. I think that is really inspiring, and you need to give yourself credit for that. You may be very inspiring to others and just unaware of it. People may be really, you know, inspired by the ways that you've changed and grown and been compassionate. Maybe your compassion towards others and yourself is inspiring to other people. So I think it's a good time to kind of sit in that, reflect on how you can be easier on yourself, how you can be more understanding towards yourself, more understanding towards others and what they are going through, and how you can let others who have done their healing, or others who are, I guess, role models of healing, let them inspire you, and then do your own thing, and then even that can be inspiring to other people. You never know. You know, healing your own shit can really help someone else in ways that you're not even aware of, in ways that you can't imagine. So let's pull some cards for you, Scorpio. I really like that energy. Like, I don't think you realize that you have been inspiring just by, you know, getting through the stuff that you've had no other choice but to just get through. And you have to be easier on yourself for how much you have been through and how much you have really endured and grown through the process. Any messages for Scorpio here for this Scorpio full moon? Any messages for Scorpio for this Scorpio full moon? Any messages for Scorpio for this Scorpio full moon? The moon. How interesting, Scorpio. Yeah, I think it might be time for you to go deep. I think it might be time to go inward, let that shit come to the surface, let yourself reflect on how you feel, let yourself reflect on your healing and transformational processes. Let yourself purge a lot of heavier emotions that you may have been suppressing or avoiding. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot bubbling under the surface that's about to come out. I think that it has something to do with the fact that you've been very, very focused on work. You've been very focused on getting your shit together, like fundamentally, materially, kind of building a good foundation for yourself. Maybe you've been trying to act strong and remain strong and put on a brave face for the sake of others. Maybe you just want people to think of you as someone who really has your shit together and is very successful. Maybe you've been very focused on your physical and material success, that you've been avoiding a lot of your emotions. You've been avoiding a lot of things that you need to work on or heal. Maybe you've been just burying yourself in work to avoid some things you've been dealing with or, you know, not dealing with. Yeah, the King of Pentacles is telling me that you've just been very focused on the physical world and you haven't really wanted to dive into your more emotional self right now. It's not something that you are very focused on, something that you've been even outwardly avoiding. Any other messages here for Scorpio? The Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, Scorpio, you've been really focused on chasing the bag. You've been really focused on what you're trying to build for yourself, the legacy you're trying to build for yourself, the career you're trying to build for yourself. But I feel like there's a lot that you're avoiding that really needs to come to the surface at this time. I feel like there's some emotional turmoil bubbling underneath. And it may actually be affecting the path to, you know, the Ten of Pentacles, whatever it is that you're striving for, the career you're trying to build, the success and financial stability you're trying to build for yourself. Maybe the road to financial stability, just getting back on your feet and really building a good, solid foundation for yourself, for your future. You've been really focused on your future and you've been avoiding the now. The King of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you're really not feeling in a place of emotional stability, whether or not you're aware of this or not. The fact that you've been avoiding a lot of the emotional stuff, a lot of the stuff under the surface, you've just been very focused on your pentacles, you know, your future, your success, your career. you've been feeling very emotionally unstable, emotionally ungrounded, maybe a little bit emotionally manipulative. You haven't maybe been aware of this, but there's people that have been affected around you because you haven't been your best self, because you feel a little bit emotionally distraught. Yeah, I just really feel like there's some things that need to be healed. The Two of Swords in reverse. You're avoiding making a decision of some sort. There's a decision that's really stressing you out, and you're avoiding making the decision altogether because it's all too overwhelming. Or you did make a decision that you feel very regretful about already, or maybe you've been avoiding your emotions so heavily and you've been so emotionally unstable, feeling very not in a very grounded place. I don't know how else to say it. You don't feel emotionally grounded right now, and it's been affecting the people around you to the fact that you're not being the best version of yourself. Scorpios have the potential to be this deep well of depth and just emotional depth, and that can be really, really powerful, but it's the negative side of that. It's the manipulating those around you, whether or not you realize it, taking advantage of those around you, projecting your issues, just being kind of emotionally messy. And I think it caused you to do something, make a decision that you didn't want to make, or do something kind of regretful, or you were feeling so emotionally ungrounded that you made a really quick impulsive decision that you're going to regret pretty soon, or you're feeling regretful of already. Any other messages here for Scorpio? Any other messages here for Scorpio? The Three of Wands in reverse. I feel like you made a decision to turn something down, turn an opportunity down, because you felt like, I'm not emotionally ready for that. I don't feel in a great heart space, head space right now. I feel like you made a really quick decision of I can't emotionally handle that. That's really overwhelming to think about. I don't think that I have the capacity to take on another thing right now. I'm really focused on creating stability and kind of building a career for myself, building up my money, building up a savings, something along those lines. And so you made a quick decision about an opportunity that could have been really good for you, but it didn't look like it would bring an immediate income or reward or, material incentive. There was none of that there. So you turned the decision down really quickly in a heat of the moment, and it's kind of closing you off to whatever that opportunity was. It didn't look good to you, so you kind of let it go, made a really quick impulsive decision because you're feeling like, I'm emotionally not ready or open to exploring that, or I don't have the emotional capacity to take that on right now. I'm very focused on other things. Let's pull some clarifications. This is really interesting. Scorpio. Excuse me. Scorpio, I feel like in the heat of the moment, you're no, I'm very focused on my money right now, and so you made a quick decision because you're not in the greatest emotional groundedness right now, so you weren't able to see that this could have been a decent opportunity, whether it was in love, or an opportunity to be creative, or an opportunity to even travel. You turned it down because you're feeling oh, I don't know if I'm in a good space right now to be able to take on something like that. So you made a quick decision because you're no, I'm focused on the money, but just because there was no immediate, it wasn't an offer of here's a check. It was here's an opportunity to do something, and it didn't offer stability, which is something that you're very focused on right now. So you turned it down. This is really interesting, Scorpio. Can I get a clarification for the moon here for Scorpio? The Six of Wands in reverse. I think you're hiding a lot of your emotions because you're very afraid of being vulnerable right now. There's something about not wanting to be in the spotlight, not wanting to be seen. There's something about you being very focused on your career right now and putting on that brave face. Making people think that you have your shit together, making yourself look very stable. You're putting yourself wholeheartedly into your work because you want to avoid these emotions, and it's actually causing you to not be successful in what you're trying to do right now. Again, because I think you turned down some kind of opportunity that could have been good for you, but it didn't look good because you were your judgments are kind of clouded right now because you're not in the most grounded emotional space. And so the way that you're suppressing a lot of these emotions so that you can focus on your work is actually causing you to be unsuccessful at work or experience some setbacks in work. Or could even be that your public perception at work, in your career, whatever, is not good, because I think people can see through this, whatever this front is that you're trying to put up. It could be people that actually really care about you, and are saying, like, you know, you're not doing well, you don't look well, or you receive some kind of news about something being delayed in terms of like a promotion or moving up. Yeah, the way that you're hiding these emotions is actually causing the opposite of, like, directly causing what you don't want to happen, which is you're putting yourself wholeheartedly into your work to avoid emotions, but it's actually causing some kind of lack of success at work. You're not getting the results you want. You're not receiving the recognition you want from your work. It's because there's this lack of emotional groundedness. That's an important element to be really, truly present in what you're doing at work, in a work environment. Can I get a clarification for the King of Pentacles? The Eight of Wands reversed and the King of Wands in reverse. Wow. Yeah, you're working really hard to become the King of Pentacles, to become someone who is very stable and has their shit together, has their money right, is the boss, is the leader, is in charge. But it's actually coming in really, really, really slowly. Things are moving really slowly, and it's like you're working towards this success that you see for yourself, this vision that you have for yourself. But it's actually like, I think that people can see through your bullshit because it's actually coming up from a place of deep insecurity. Like, you want to be the King of Pentacles, but underneath it, with the King of Wands in reverse, you're not actually feeling confident. You don't actually believe in the power that you hold. So people can see right through that, and that's why you haven't kind of reached a level of success that you want. Because I think that there's this emotional insecurity almost about who you are, what you have to offer, what you have to bring to the table. It's like you're working so hard to get to this level of success, but you don't even believe in yourself and your ability to manifest the things you want. You don't believe in your own self and your confidence about your ability to do your job well, you know, achieve the level of success you want, achieve your goal that you're working towards. It's like this deep-rooted insecurity underneath what you're trying to do that's actually preventing you and blocking you from getting where you want to be, from reaching that goal. It's coming in really slowly, and it's really starting to frustrate you, and I don't think that you're realizing yet that it has to do with the fact that you need to work through some stuff under the surface, the insecurity, the emotional instability. It's actually preventing you from reaching a level of success that you want in the workplace. The Ten of Pentacles, clarified by the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I think you're slowly starting to realize that you're coming out of a period of financial hardship. You're definitely on the road to getting yourself back to a place of stability. But you need to realize that you don't have to do it alone. You need to realize that there's people here to help you. You need to realize that the struggling, the hardest part is over. And it's time to kind of come out of that space of feeling like I have to do everything alone and no one is here for me. Everyone abandoned me and I just got to figure it out on my own. I think that's a mentality that a lot of Scorpios take with them through life. And again, I think that's the moon, that's the King of Cups in reverse. That's that emotional instability, that deep-rooted insecurity of feeling like you have to do it all alone, feeling like you have to put on a brave face, feeling like you can't be vulnerable with yourself, with the people that you work with, feeling like you have to avoid your emotional self completely in order to reach some level of success that you want. The two are not mutually exclusive. It's not, I'm working so there's no time to feel my emotions, or I'm deep in my emotions so there's no time to put myself into work. Those two can exist at the same time. I think you need to come to that realization and find a good balance. I think you're very heavily involved in your work right now, but it's coming from a place of deep insecurity about having to do things alone, having to bear the burden alone, having to do the hard work alone. not even believing in yourself and your ability to get where you want to go, to reach your dreams and goals. The King of Cups in reverse with the Four of Cups in reverse. I think it's really hard for you to be vulnerable right now. It's really hard for you to open up or even be open to people reaching out to help you. I think there are people who want to reach out to you and like reach out their hand to be of help to you in some way, to be emotionally supportive. But I think that you're not seeing it because you're in a place of emotional ungroundedness. I think there's people that are trying to help you, but you're stuck in this mindset of no one wants to help me. But it's really coming from a place of I just keep pushing a lot of people away and I keep rejecting a lot of people. And this is such Scorpio energy. It really is to me. I'm seeing a lot of very like on brand for Scorpio. I think that you think that no one's there for you and you have to do a lot of these things alone, but people are actually trying to help you. You're just pushing a lot of these people away who actually maybe share the same vision as you or want to help you be successful or want in on what you're trying to do. Again, you're very inspiring to others, but I think there's some people around you who can see right through your bullshit, and until you address some of these deeper issues about your insecurities and the stuff you're going through emotionally, I don't think that you're gonna be able to reach that first step of success that you want to get to, even that first milestone. Can I get a clarification for the Two of Swords in reverse? Clarification for the Two of Swords in reverse for Scorpio. The Five of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it's an inner conflict, and I think you either made a really quick impulsive decision or you're completely avoiding a decision altogether because you're dealing with so much internal conflict right now about what you want, what your goal actually is. The internal conflict could be like, I want this, but I don't even believe that I can go get it. Or I don't even believe that I deserve to have that level of success or for this income to come in. There's a lot of emotional instability and emotional insecurity that needs to be healed before this decision is made. There's some resolve that needs to happen. There's an ease of tension within yourself that needs to happen. I think like you're working so hard to get back on your feet and provide stability for yourself, like financial stability, but it's causing you to be, the fact that you don't even believe in yourself and your ability to get there is causing opportunities to be blocked from you. You're saying no to things that haven't even really come into fruition yet because you don't think you deserve them. Or you're so focused on one way of getting there that you're closing yourself off to other opportunities that could be good for you. Or you're closing yourself off to business or work partnerships or emotional support that could be really good for you because you have this mindset that you have to do everything alone. Or that there's only one way to get to the 10 of Pentacles, and so whatever this opportunity was, you turned it down because it didn't look like it fit into your vision. So you just said no right off the bat because of your own internal conflicts you're dealing with. Let me get a clarification for that Three of Wands in reverse. The Moon. Yeah, baby, you gotta heal. You gotta heal. You gotta heal some shit. You gotta let some of this stuff come to the surface. You gotta let some of these emotional insecurities make themselves known. You gotta kind of let them reveal themselves. I think there's a lot you're suppressing right now, and it's causing you to make rash, impulsive decisions that are actually blocking you from what you're trying to achieve, the goals that you're trying to achieve. And I think you're closing yourself off to opportunities because you're too avoidant of your feelings right now, and that's actually kind of blocking you off to understanding what it is that you really want, what it is that your mind and your heart really need. Yeah, you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to face a lot of this alone. I think it's time to come out of that mindset of like the struggle is real and everything has to be a deep challenge and a challenge to who I am, and I have to struggle to get there, and it's never going to be easy and no one's out here helping me. I think there's people that actually want to offer you support, people that want to help you on your journey, people who see you struggling, even though you're trying to put up this front of being like all put together. I think there's a lot of people who are like, I think I see right through this. And I think when you become vulnerable, people are actually going to be inspired by the fact that you're being vulnerable, that you don't have it all together, that you're not perfect. Because I think the way that you are avoiding a lot of these emotions is causing you to be a little bit messy and make a lot of decisions that you're later going to regret, opportunities missed. So I think this is a good time to actually get vulnerable, show some people how you really feel. It could be people that you work with. Show them how you actually feel and kind of the processes you're going through. And it could actually be really, really inspiring to those people. And again, be compassionate towards yourself. You're going through a lot emotionally, and I think it's time to address some of those things. You can't always completely bury yourself in work and just avoid your emotional self. I think it's important at this time to reflect, be gentle with yourself, be vulnerable with yourself. Again, the moon, really let things come to the surface, purge them out, cleanse them out of you, reflect on them, be compassionate towards yourself, go easy on yourself, don't burn yourself out at work, and be a little bit, don't make quick decisions. Think on things a little bit before you make the decision. You might miss out on an opportunity. Be open-minded to new opportunities. It may not look like it exactly fits into the vision that you have for yourself, but it might actually be really good for you, as well as the emotional support that could be coming in. There could be people that really want to help you. It could be good for you. Be open to that. So Scorpio, that's all I have for you. Yours is obviously going to be the longest. I wanted to really get into that because this is your full moon. Scorpio, that's all I have. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in next month's reading. Thank you for watching. Hi Sagittarius, how are y'all doing? So, those of you who are Sagittarius risings, this is especially going to be affecting y'all in your 12th house energy. So this could be actually pretty heavy for you. This could be about some finalities, some wrap-ups, some endings. This could have some stuff to do with your dreams. So the Scorpio full moon could actually be pretty, not intense, but definitely spiritual. You could be having some intense dreams, so pay attention to those. But for Sagittarius, let's just jump right in. Pull a card for you. Any messages here for Sagittarius for this Scorpio full moon? Any messages here for Sagittarius? I am attraction, the number 27. Like a magnet, what I put out into the world, I get back. If I lead with negativity, I receive negativity. If I lead with positivity, I receive positivity. Therefore, I choose to lead with positivity. I am attraction. That's interesting energy, Sagittarius. I feel like Sagittarius, you've been slowly working towards manifesting new things for yourself, like really trying to visualize what it is you want, like what your next step is, what you really want for yourself. And I think you're still in that state of confusion about like, I don't really know what I want. But I think some good energy that should be good for you is really thinking positively. Whatever it is that you do want, or whether or not you know, it's good to have this positive mindset of like, I already have what I want and need. What I want is already mine. What I want is something I deserve to have. Like all these positive affirmations that make you feel, grateful for what you already have. And that positive energy will be attracted right to you the more that you are positive. Whatever it is that you really want will come to you with a magnet, as long as you know and believe that you deserve it, And if you're still trying to figure out what it is you want, it's good to do that exploring, to move around and figure out what you want, and to honestly keep an open and positive mindset about things coming into you. Also at this time, you could be feeling really attractive in general, like physically attractive. You may be attracting a lot of different types of people into your life right now. You may be feeling very physically attractive, and that's good energy to have in. And I think it just starts with feeling confident in yourself and believing that you are attractive, and right then and there, people will be attracted to you. It really is about confidence and believing that you deserve what you want. So let's dive in. Sagittarius, I almost said Scorpio. Sagittarius, any messages here for Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, whatever Sagittarius placements you may have, whatever Sagittarius placements you're vibing with right now. Any messages for Sagittarius here? on this Scorpio full moon. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I think you're really focused on taking care of yourself right now. You may be feeling a little bit introverted. You may be feeling like, I just need to nurture myself. I just need to get myself back on my feet. I'm just kind of focused on myself and my needs right now. The King of Swords. You're really focused on making good decisions right now. You don't want to fuck up or misstep. And so you're being really smart right now. You're trying to, analyze situations, find the truth in the situation, make smart decisions, not get behind on things. You're trying to be clear-minded and make clear-minded decisions. I think you may be trying to be a leader of some sort as well. You feel like you're in some kind of leadership position that's making you feel like you have to make smart decisions right now. You have to be the honest, subjective, truth-bearing leader. You have to be the smart one. You have to be the decision maker right now. People are looking up to you in some way as a beacon of communication and truth. It may be that you're really just trying to focus on getting your money up or taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself right now, but you actually are in a role where you have to interesting. But you may be pushed into a role where you have to be the person that makes decisions, even if you don't want to. You're in some kind of spotlight in some way, in some kind of leadership position I'm seeing. But I think it's just like, I don't want to make a wrong decision. I want to make sure I'm making all the right decisions right now. Yeah, I feel like you have this idea that to get what I want, I have to be smart and I have to take care of myself. I have to make the right moves. I have to focus on me. And that's true. That's fair. But I think your wish fulfillment, whatever it is, there might be something coming in that you really didn't expect. If you're one of those Sagittarius, like I said, that's a little bit confused on what it is that you want, I think you may be just like vibing. You're in that space of, I'm just doing me. I'm focused on me. I'm putting money in my account. I'm making food for myself. I'm taking care of myself. I'm taking care of things at home. I'm making the right decisions. I'm being smart. And then all of a sudden, what I wanted but didn't even know that I wanted is coming right in. Someone is marching right into your life to offer you something. Could be a job offer. Could be a romantic offer. Could be an opportunity to go explore your emotional side, your creative side, your expressive side. This could be you. Could be realizing all of a sudden that you really want something or someone and you're about to open yourself emotionally and enough to go after it. It's just something about suddenly realizing what it is you want. And it's the realization that in order to get what you want, you have to be emotionally open. You can't just be the King of Swords. You can't just be this level-headed truth thinker all the time. You have to have that emotional passion in it, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm seeing that you're going to come to a sudden realization about what you want, or something is going to come marching into your life that looks really good, and you're going to be like, I think that's it. I think that's what's going to make me happy. I think that's kind of going to be my wish fulfillment. There could be an offer coming right in for you that looks really good and that you really actually want to go towards. That's going to totally change up this place that you've been in of like, I'm just doing me. I'm just being smart, making good decisions, taking care of myself. There may be someone new coming into the picture or something that completely throws you off in a good way. It completely opens you up emotionally because it's going to be actually quite fulfilling to you. Any other messages here for Sagittarius? Any other messages here for Sagittarius? And the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands. I think that whatever this is that's marching right on in, you're going to be passionate about it. Sagittarius. There could be a new, very interesting romantic connection. There's a lot of sexual energy here. There's a lot of passionate energy here. I just feel like you've been so focused on like a routine of some sort of just kind of going about things the way that you have for a long time, being very level-headed. And then there's all this cups and wands that come in and makes you feel very emotional and passionate, completely opens up your heart, opens up your sacral chakra, all that bullshit. Yeah, it's going to make you feel really passionate. And I think it's just going to be like, this is what I want. and I didn't know that this is what I wanted, but here it comes. It's coming right on in. It's coming fast. And it makes you feel really good. It makes you feel really passionate. It makes you feel really emotionally open. And whatever it is, you want it. You want to go toward it. You want to go toward it with the steadiness and the... You want to go toward it with the steadiness and the slow movement, but also you don't. You want to go toward it with an open heart, an open mind. Yeah, you're feeling good. Let's get some clarification. Whatever this is, I feel like it's coming in pretty unexpectedly for you. It might surprise you. It might throw you off a routine you've been in for a while. Like, you're perfectly content with what you've been doing. You're perfectly content with the lifestyle you've been leading of just doing your thing, taking care of yourself, being smart, making good decisions. But you're like, what do I want? What do I really want? What's going to make me feel fulfilled? What's going to make me feel like my heart is being stimulated? What's going to make me feel like other parts are stimulated? I just feel like this could be like romantic and sexual for you, Sagittarius. I really do. Yeah. Let's get some clarification here. Can I get a clarification for the Queen of Pentacles in reverse for Sagittarius here? Clarification for the Queen of Pentacles reverse for Sagittarius. The Six of Wands. Yeah, I think you're really just focused on your success. I think you're focused on your public image in a way. And so you know that you're really taking care of things at home. You're nurturing yourself. You're taking care of your money. You just kind of turned your energy and focus and of gaining that stability inward, trying to get yourself into a stable place. And I think that you're going to be getting some recognition soon for that. Someone may be recognizing, oh, you're really good at taking care of yourself. You're really good at having your shit together. You're pretty good at keeping things in check. Like having a good balance between your home and work life. Someone may be recognizing that, and you may be receiving just public recognition in general, or maybe finding success in finding that balance between the home and work life. You're finding success in that. Or you're just feeling really good about yourself that you found a good place to be in right now. You feel like you've reached your own little milestone of success in some way. Like maybe things are really good at home. You got a nice place. You know, your bills are paid. You feel good. You mentally feel all right. You know, you're taking care of yourself. You've put a priority back on your health and your wellness. Like things are good at home. You just feel good. You've reached your own little nugget of success. It feels good for you right now. Like where you're at right now, it's good. Can I get a King of Swords clarification? The Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you have a lot of decision making to do right now. I think it has a lot to do with balancing things out in terms of your home and work life. Maybe you have some offers on the table in terms of like new job offers, or you're trying to rearrange your schedule, I think. Or you're trying to move your money around. You're trying to make smart decisions. I think there's a lot up in the air right now in terms of finding that real stability, really getting things back in order, getting back on your 2 feet, making sure your money's good, you know, making sure you're making the right decisions, making sure you're living in the right place, trying to get your schedule in order, like these little daily things, getting in a good routine. You're just trying to be the King of Swords. You're trying to make the right decisions. You're trying to be smart. You're trying to be level-headed. You're trying to be objective. You're trying to do what's best for you right now. You're trying to settle into a good routine, I feel like. You're trying to find success in the life that you have right now. I think you're pretty content where you are right now. Like it's a little bit bumpy, it's a little bit rocky, but you're doing good. You're making the right decisions. You're on the right path. Things might not be 100% stable right now, but you're getting there. You're being smart in order to get there. The Page of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups clarified by the Page of Wands in reverse. I feel like you're feeling a bit uninspired. You're really starting to think about like, okay, I'm settling into a good routine. I feel good right now. Everything is fine. I'm taking care of myself. I feel successful. Like things are good. I'm just like, what do I want? What makes me feel good? Am I really passionate about this? This Page of Wands in reverse energy is telling me that like you have this like fire that's starting to bubble up, but you don't know where to put it. You don't know where to put that energy, what to put that energy into. It's like you want something, but you don't know where to direct it yet. You have an idea. You have an idea about what it is you want long term, the kind of things that are going to be like your actual dream that you want to chase. You have an idea, but you're not sure what to do with it yet. It's barely there. It's like a seed of an idea. You don't know what to do with it yet. You want it. Maybe you have an idea like, I want to start this business down the line. Things are fine right now, but down the line, I have this idea of like what I really want. Like, I'm single, I'm a bachelor, I'm living at home, everything's good right now, but I have this idea of like what I want long term. I want kind of a passionate like relationship with someone, or I have this business idea, I just don't know what to do with it yet. It's just an idea. It's just a vision in my head. I don't know how to ground this energy and make it a reality. Or maybe you feel like you have a lot of passionate energy that's kind of being tucked away and you want it to come out, but right now where you are is fine, and so you don't want to bring out that energy yet because it's not the right place, it's not the right time. You're not feeling creatively fulfilled right now, and you want to do something with this, a little bit of restless energy maybe even. Can I get a clarification for the Knight of Cups for Sagittarius here? Clarification for the Knight of Cups here for Sagittarius. Oh, that was so many. The Nine of Swords in reverse. Ooh. Sagittarius, I feel like whatever this new thing that's coming in, this Knight of Cups, maybe could be like a romantic offer or an opportunity to be creative, to go exploring, to explore your emotional self in some way. It's releasing a lot of pain for you. It's releasing a lot of worry. It almost comes in as like this giant sense of relief. Like you've been almost waiting on it, like this is what I wanted all along, and it feels like relief. It feels like the deepest kind of relief where you're releasing all of this stress, all of this worry, all of this pain, all of these sleepless nights where you were restless and a lot of restless energy and you didn't know what to do with yourself and you didn't know where things were going. Like you were fine with the life you were living, but there was this energy in the back of your mind about like, what's next? What do I actually really want? And there's something that's going to be coming in, or even some kind of realization. Again, with this Scorpio full moon, something could just be coming to the surface. You could be, suddenly opening up your heart with this, Cups emotional energy, and it just comes as this huge sense of relief. You're releasing a lot of pain and stress and worry and fear and agony that has been building up for a long time. Whatever this new opportunity is coming in, it just feels like relief. Very interesting, Sagittarius. Can I get a clarification for the Ace of Wands? Clarification for the Ace of Wands here for Sagittarius. The Four of Cups in reverse. I think it's important to keep yourself emotionally open right now. Be open to different opportunities that may be coming in. You may be feeling a little bit stubborn, like you are not gonna know when to recognize when a good thing is coming in for you. You may be pretty skeptical right now, like, yes, I want that relief, but is that really gonna be good for me? Like, I want to be passionate about it, but I also need to be emotionally open to it. Like, you want something passionate to come in, you're waiting for something to come in that's gonna bring you this relief, but you have to be emotionally open to it. Don't be stubborn. Don't push away every good new thing that could come in for you just because you're unsure. Be open to it. You are attraction. You have to think positively. If something beautiful and good is coming in for you, take it as a sign that it's just something beautiful and good that's coming in for you. There's no ulterior motive. Like, it's just something that it's time to come in for you. You are attraction. You attracted this. You manifested this. Why are you questioning it? Let it come in. It could be really good for you. It could open up your heart. It could fulfill your dreams. It could give you good sex. It could be really passionate for you. It could be an opportunity to explore like what it is you actually really want out of life. Even if you're content where you are right now, don't be afraid of things changing again, because something even better could be on the horizon for you. You just have to be open to it and believe that If it's attracting to you, you attracted it. So be open to it. Sagittarius, that's all I have for you. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a good full moon. I hope that this is good for you. I hope this is a time for some healing. This is a good time to open up your heart. Be ready for new things that are going to be coming in for you. Sag, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next round of readings. Thank you. Hi Cappies, hi Capricorns, how are y'all doing? So this is going to be a reading for the full moon in Scorpio. I hope y'all are well. I hope you're feeling okay. This might be intense for you. If you are a Capricorn rising, this is going to be happening in your 11th house. So this could have a lot to do with your friendship circles. This could have to do with this could have to do with your friendship circles, your community, where you feel you fit into those things, how you feel you are received and viewed by your peers and the people in your field of work, your community circles and your friendship circles. Could be time for a review of those things, maybe a review of the friends you've gained and lost in the last few months or year. So Capricorn, any messages here for Capricorn on this Scorpio full moon? I am strong, the number 19. I am stronger than I think I am. I reject victimhood. My strength is in knowing that all circumstances are temporary. I focus my attention on what's in front of me. I naturally move forward into new phases of life. I am strong. This is the most Capricorn card I've ever read in my life. That is so Capricorn. But also, I really like that last sentence. I naturally move forward into new phases of life. That's very much so a lot of the heavier theme of this Scorpio full moon. It's like letting those things die, letting old versions of ourselves die, letting old emotional paradigms kind of phase out, things that are no longer serving us, emotional frames of thinking that aren't working for us anymore, like the ways we used to do things, old emotional habits, letting a lot of those old things die so that we can move into new phases of our lives, letting ourselves transform and transition into new phases of our lives. And I think Capricorn, that's a big theme for everybody, but with this card coming out, like, I know you're strong. You know you're strong. We both know you're not a victim, and you refuse to be. And I think that's one of the admirable parts of Capricorns. You know that all your circumstances are temporary. You know that the shit that you went through recently, last few months, year, whatever it is, you know it's not going to last forever. You know it's only temporary. And I think you're about to go and transition into a very, very new phase of your life that's going to make you remember why you think this way, why you always remember this. It's going to remind you, oh yeah, everything is temporary because look, I'm in a new phase of life, just like that. I let that shit go and here I am in a completely new chapter. Focusing on what's in front of you, focusing on the present, I think is going to help you a lot too. Like, this Scorpio full moon may be a good chance, an opportunity to reflect on the past a little bit, to reflect on some old emotions a little bit, but to use it as momentum forward, to use it as, this is the shit I'm letting go of, this is the baggage I'm dropping, so that I can move a little bit lighter and jump into the next phase of my life. I really like this energy for you, Capricorn. Let's jump right in. You know you're strong, Capricorn. You know you can get through anything the universe throws at you. And you've proven that. You've proven that time and time and time again. So what's not another go around? What's not another time? Your circumstances are always temporary, and you know that. And you're going to be reminded of that because you're about to experience a lot of newness, I feel like. And you're going to be like, oh yeah, everything's temporary. When I was in it, it felt like it was lasting forever. But now that I look back on it, blink of an eye. Another chapter. Closed and a new one beginning. Alright, any messages here for Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, whatever Capricorn placements you have or have been vibing with. These messages are for Capricorn for this Scorpio full moon. Capricorn, Any messages here for Capricorn for this Scorpio full moon? Capricorn, any messages for this Scorpio full moon for the Capricorns? Ten of Pentacles. You're working hard, Capricorn. You're really working towards your Ten of Pentacles. But you're feeling very hesitant. You're scared to take those leaps. You have this very clear vision about what your future looks like. This beautiful kingdom, this vision you have for yourself of what you want your future to look like, what success looks like to you, the career you're trying to build for yourself, the home and family life you're trying to build, the whole 9 yards. Everything that you're working towards. You want it. You can see it. You can smell it. You can taste it. But you're scared. You're still hesitant. You're hesitant to take those risks that are going to get you there. You're hesitant to just jump in. You're hesitant to just start. It's scary. It's scary to take that first step. Because that means your dreams are real. And that means the potential for all the other things that can go wrong. That's just as real. You're very hesitant to take those steps. I think, one, because you're afraid of failure, like most Capricorns and most people are. But two, I think you're afraid of your public image. I think you're afraid of looking like a fool. I think you've been made to look like a fool so many times that you just don't want to do that again. You want the real deal. You want to move towards your Ten of Pentacles without any obstacle. Unfortunately, that's not possible. But I think you're very hesitant to take those first steps. You don't want to look a fool. You don't want to fuck up before you even got started. You don't want to misstep. You don't want to be making the wrong choice or making the wrong decision of going down the wrong path. I think that's what it is. You have a vision for yourself, but you're like, what if that's not my path? What if that's not my calling? What if that's not what I'm supposed to be doing? What if I fuck up on that first step? I think this is a lot of your energy, Capricorn. You feel the newness coming. I think you feel this new chapter about to begin for you. But that newness, that fresh slate, isn't necessarily refreshing to you right now. It's more like, I'm not ready for the go around again. Yes, you are. I think it might also just be that you don't know where to start. Like, you have this whole vision for yourself, but you're not sure what your first step should be. You're like, how do I get started on this? I feel like you're back at a square one kind of point, and you don't know where to begin. But you have the passion. You have the energy. You're ready for that energy to come in. You're feeling passionate about this. Whatever this Ten of Pentacles is for you, you feel very strongly about it. It really drives you. It gets you out of bed in the morning. It makes you feel good. You feel very passionately and very strongly about it. I think this is saying that this is a good opportunity to start fresh. This is actually a good opportunity for newness for you. This could actually be really promising. This could offer a lot of exhilarating experience for you. If you take that leap, if you take that first step. Any other messages here for Capricorn? Any other messages here for Capricorn? Just a few. Any other messages here for Capricorn? Any other messages here for Capricorn? You're afraid of making the wrong investment. You're afraid to invest in general. You're afraid of those short-term investments that provide relief, but ultimately leave you feeling unhappy and unfulfilled. You don't want to take the shortcuts. You know how much relief they provide when something looks good and it looks like it's a really big step that will put you towards the goal that you're actually trying to reach. You need a little bit of that relief, but you know that it doesn't actually make you long-term happy. I think you're afraid of making a shady investment because I think you're still trying to be discerning in the difference between relief and happiness. Something that provides you with a quick check, a little bit of income. It feels good. It feels like relief. It feels like a little bit of security for the time being. But it isn't happiness. It doesn't fulfill you. It doesn't leave you feeling joyful. I think you're worried about yet another investment sucking everything you have out of you, sucking up all your energy, sucking your worry away, but also sucking up all your resources. And then it's too late by the time you realize that. I think, Capricorn, you have this idea of what you want. You're very passionate about it. But you're very afraid to take that first step, take that first leap, because you don't want to make the same mistakes you always have. You don't want to do the go around again. You don't want to do the same shit over and over. You want relief from this cycle of, I feel good, I'm excited about this, I want what I want, I'm going to go after it. Oh no, I made a bad investment. Oh no, I'm unhappy again. But you're strong. You're not a victim, and you're not going to let yourself fall victim to this. And I think also that you know that even if you find yourself in this situation yet again, you know that your circumstances are only temporary. You know that. And you can handle another go around because guess what? You've handled it 100 times before and you can do it again. And I think letting go of a little bit of that fearful mindset is going to help you in not manifesting the same old shit over and over again. And instead, taking a leap of faith towards what it is you're passionate about, taking a leap of faith towards the investments that actually look sound and solid, that's actually going to lead you to the real happiness and the real fulfillment. Don't go towards the temporary relief. Go towards the real shit, the real investments. Prioritize yourself. Prioritize what you want. Don't go towards the stuff that feel like a quick passionate fling or a quick check or it looks good on the surface but you jump in quick before you do the research. Make sure you know what you're getting into, but don't be so fearful that you don't get into anything. Let's clarify. Can I get a clarification for the Ten of Pentacles here, Cap? The King of Wands. You know you're capable. You know you're hot shit. You know you're confident. You know you can reach your goals. You know you can get your Ten of Pentacles, whatever it looks like to you, whatever it is that you actually want. You know you're capable of doing that. Capricorns have this interesting superiority-inferiority complex. You know you're hot shit, but you're also so insecure. And it's such a contradiction. But I think you know that you're confident enough, smart enough, wise enough, powerful enough to get this. So the Fool reverse, what's holding you back? There was one that flipped over. The Knight of Cups in reverse. You're scared of opening your heart up. You're scared of an opportunity that looks good but isn't that good. You're scared of being deceived. You're afraid of the deception. Maybe you don't feel emotionally ready to open your heart up to something. You don't feel like you're in the right creative headspace for this. You're not ready to come forward and make an offer. To put yourself out there creatively. There's a lot of things holding you back. But I think a lot of it is emotional fear. Emotional hesitancy. Can I get a clarification for the Ace of Wands? clarification for the Ace of Wands. The King of Swords in reverse. I think you're afraid of passion leading you to make dumb decisions. You're afraid of being carried away by the passion and that causing you to make poor decisions. You're afraid of the passion carrying you away to a point where you're not being the greatest decision maker you could be, and it's going to affect those around you even. Like, you're afraid of the passion kind of carrying you away to a space where it's all about you and people become your followers in a way. I think there's almost this idea of like, you want to go towards this, but you don't want to be in charge. You don't want to be a leader. You don't want people looking to you for the answers. You just want to do your thing and blaze your own trail in a way. But I think you're almost like, I don't really know what I'm doing, and I don't want people to see that. I don't want people to start looking at me as a source of truth or answers, or people expecting me to make decisions or be a leader in some way. I don't want that. I just want to do my own thing. I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be caught up in my shit. I don't want to be in a position of leadership and people see right through and see that I don't know what I'm doing. But you're passionate about it, and that should lead you. I think you're very caught up in public image and what you're going to look like. I think you're afraid of looking like a fool, and that's maybe what's holding you back from a lot of this. Can I get a clarification for the Seven of Pentacles in reverse? The Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. I guess be careful. Be careful about the kinds of investments you're making, what you're putting your energy and time into. I think it's also reminding you to not be expecting of quick results. That Ten of Pentacles, that's that long term, what you put your whole life into, what you put all of your energy, time, resources into. It takes years to get yourself to the Ten of Pentacles. It's something you work for years and years and years on. It's your ultimate success. Don't be going for these quick investments. Don't be putting your money into these shady things that you know are going to fall through. But also don't be so fearful that you don't invest in anything at all. Are you not investing in yourself? Are you not believing in yourself and your ability to make something really happen? I think you're really insecure about this idea that every time I plant a seed, it never turns into anything. I put time and effort and energy into it, and it doesn't turn it into anything. I just want relief. I just want, just once, for this to turn into something real. For this shit that I cultivate to actually come to fruition. Just once. I want that to happen to me. And I think that's why you're so fearful and hesitant. I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want to end up back at square one like I always do. I know I'm strong. I know I can make it through. But it's still scary. I'm still fearful and hesitant about making a shitty investment. I don't want yet another planted seed to not turn into anything. Whether it's the relationships you put time into, the project you're working on, the career you're trying to build, you don't want it to fall through like it always does. Can I get a clarification for the Nine of Swords in reverse for Capricorn? Clarification for the Nine of Swords in reverse for Capricorn. The Four of Swords. I think the relief is going to come when you sit back and just do some reflection. Spend some time alone. Do some meditating. I think you're waiting on relief from the universe. You're waiting for something different to happen so that the trajectory will change for you, so that this pattern will be broken. This pattern will be broken when you go inward and you do that reflection, you do that meditation, you ruminate over why you feel this way, why things have worked out the way they have, whether or not your fears and your hesitations are blocking you from the things that you're actually trying to manifest. It's not always external factors. Sometimes it's right inside and you gotta work through that shit. I think the Scorpio full moon could be a really great opportunity to sit and reflect on all these things. Spend some time alone, do some meditating, be alone with your thoughts. Do I really want this? What do I want? Is this a good investment? Should I make that decision? Should I go for it? Should I take that first step? Should I take that leap? I think you're afraid of getting back to square one, of just being straight up unhappy, making the wrong decision, and ending up back in a place of being unhappy and unfulfilled. But the Queen of Cups is reminding you that you are emotionally intuitive, you're smart, you're wise, you know how to take care of yourself and others, you know how to nurture yourself, you know how to use your best judgment emotionally and intellectually. And I think that is what's going to carry you into the next phase of your life. I think you're stuck on this, why does this cycle always happen to me? Instead of realizing that you can break it and move into the next new phase of your life, and a completely different outcome can come of it when you take the time to kind of reflect on it and believe in your own power, believe in your own strength, believe in your ability to do this. Believe that good things come to those who are patient and strong. Relief comes when you allow relief to come in. Relief comes when you give yourself a chance to feel relief, to take a moment out, take some time for yourself. And to not always expect the worst, but to trust your intuition. If you want something, go after it. If you want things to be different, do things differently. I'm going to leave it at that, Capricorn. I really liked this reading for you. This was interesting. I hope you enjoyed this. If any of this resonated with you, if you really liked any of these messages, please leave comments down below. I would love to hear about it. Again, I'm always open for personal reading bookings, so reach out if you would like to do that. I hope you have a good Scorpio full moon. I hope you take this time to reflect a little bit, go over some of these feelings. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi Aquarius, I'm back. New day, outfit change, little bit of difference, daylight. Yeah, I had to break it up. I could not get them all done in one sitting. It was very late last night. I got pulled to do the other reading, so I'm starting with yours. I'm going to start with the Oracle card. Oh, the I Am Everything Oracle card. Let's see what Spirit has for you for the Scorpio full moon. This could be interesting for you, Aquarius, as a fixed sign. This could spell a lot more emotional turmoil or depth or emotional resurfacing for you than you are typically comfortable with. But this could be really good for you. A lot of the lessons that you've been picking up for the last few months about friendship, community, this is going to be happening in your... Oh my God. I can't think. Fourth house. Interesting. This could have to do with your home and family too. You've been having a lot of themes about belonging in terms of your community, your friendship, your friend circles, your work circles, how you feel at home and how you feel connected to the people that you live with, your family. So this could be some emotional stuff coming up regarding those themes, those lessons that you've been really learning about. You've been learning about yourself and how you fit into these different groups. A lot of times Aquarius can be so good at fitting in with everyone that sometimes they just end up feeling like an outsider and like they don't know where they do truly belong. But Aquarius, you deserve belonging in whichever way you feel is fulfilling to you. You may be discovering pretty soon where you do fit in, who you do feel comfortable with, where you feel comfortable. especially with a lot of this Taurus energy coming in, you're going to be getting comfortable where you are, whether it's somewhere you don't really want to be and you're going to be maybe pushed into accepting where you are at this time and getting comfortable where you are, even if it's not ideal circumstances, or you're finally going to be feeling really comfortable and at home again where you are, comfortable with your friend group, comfortable in your workplace, in the friendships you found, in the friendships that you're nurturing again. This Scorpio full moon could be a chance for you to be really emotionally vulnerable with the people that you actually do feel connected and in community with. So that could be really good for you to show that emotional vulnerability and show appreciation towards these people that you do care about and make you feel welcome. So Aquarius, that was very interesting downloads. Okay, let's see. Any first messages here for Aquarius? I am worthy. The number 16. I am enough and I am worthy of receiving everything I desire. I do not need to prove myself to those who would seek to diminish me. I am worthy. Aquarius, you're worthy of fitting in, feeling comfortable, feeling at home, feeling accepted and welcomed wherever you are. You know that, right? Sometimes I know emotional intimacy can be really hard for you. The Scorpio full moon might be inviting you to share your true feelings with the people who make you feel good, with the people who make you feel worthy, with the people who support you and encourage you. You are worthy of those relationships. Sometimes people may be in the dark about how you feel about them because you sometimes just assume that they know. They may not know. It may be time for you to be emotionally vulnerable with them and share with them how you do feel about them, how they make you feel. Any messages here for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, whatever Aquarius placements you may have in your chart or have been feeling connected to. Any messages here for Aquarius for this full moon in Scorpio? Any messages for Aquarius for this full moon in Scorpio? Queen of Pentacles, take care of yourself, nurture yourself. Maybe you've been working really hard at that. You've been working hard at work to provide for yourself. You've been working hard to get into some new self-care routines. You've been working hard to maybe provide for those around you. You have been a provider in some aspect, in some way, to those around you. With the Page of Cups, I feel like you've been slowly opening yourself up to what seems like... Yeah, I'm going to take that one too. What seems like romantic possibility, or you've been slowly opening yourself up to the idea of emotional openness, but from the perspective of the page, someone who is trying something out, someone who's open-minded about it. Let's give this a shot. In a very fun, lighthearted way, you are slowly opening yourself up emotionally, allowing yourself to be creative, allowing yourself to be more expressive. You're opening up to the idea of it, but in a very Aquarius, playful, lighthearted way. You're saying, here I am. Okay, let's try this. I'll be more open. I'll open my heart up a little bit. I'll be a little bit more expressive and vulnerable and show how I'm really feeling with these people. I'll be more talkative and personable. Because if that's what it takes for me to feel closer and more connected and more intimate with the people I care about, sure, let's give it a try. The Magician in the reverse and the Temperance in reverse are telling me that you get down on yourself when it doesn't happen right away. Okay, I want love, I want a relationship. Let's open myself up. Let's open my heart up a little bit. Let's be open to the possibilities, the opportunities around me. Ugh, this isn't working. I give up. I don't have what I need. I don't have the tools I need. I can't manifest this. I'm not in alignment for this. This doesn't feel right. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe nothing is in alignment with me right now. Maybe I should just try again another time, or just stop trying altogether. I've been taking care of myself. I've been getting better at opening up. Why isn't it coming in yet? Is it just not for me? Is it not in alignment with me? Is it me? Am I doing something wrong? Am I not manifesting this correctly? Why isn't it coming in for me? Why isn't the love I feel I deserve, the love that I want, the connection I want, the intimacy I want, the friendship I want, the community I want to be a part of. Why don't I feel it? Is it me? Am I not worthy enough? Aquarius, y'all are stubborn. So I know you can get anything done and make anything happen that you really want to. But I know a big thing that usually stops you is truly insecurity. You put on a face of, I can do anything, I know that, I'm hot shit. But there's an insecurity. Can I bring in what I want? Am I worthy of what I want? Do I have the tools that I need? Is this in alignment for me? Can I make it in alignment for me? Can I make this alignment happen? Is it out of my hands? Any other messages here for Aquarius? Any other messages here for Aquarius? Your bad habit, your vice, is to always revert to, it's about me. I did something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. I don't deserve this. It's not for me. I don't deserve that. I'm not worthy of that. That's something that really needs to be worked on being released. I feel like there's also this sense of not being at peace right now. There may be something that you want and are feeling like you're emotionally open to, but that Page of Cups is almost telling me it's a very surface level. Yeah, I'm open to that. If I want a relationship, I'm open to a relationship. I'm open to getting emotionally close to someone. But deeper down, I just feel like there's this lack of trust in yourself and your ability to bring in the things you want in life, including relationships, including money, abundance, a good job, whatever it is. There's this lack of alignment within yourself. There's this lack of peace and balance within yourself. And I think it has something to do with you're in the middle of a process of releasing some bad habits, releasing some bad mindsets. This mindset of I'm not worthy. Maybe that's why you're feeling so frustrated about something not coming in, is because you're subconsciously telling the universe, when you say, I don't deserve this, or you feel subconsciously, I don't deserve this, I'm not worthy of this, that's why it's not coming in. That's why you're feeling frustrated. There's something that needs to be let go of here. There's some kind of attachment or old habit that you kind of revert to that needs to be let go of. It's keeping you out of alignment. It's keeping you from manifesting what it is you are open to receiving. You're trying to be open to receiving it, but there's still an aspect missing here. And I think it's that voice in your head that's like, I don't deserve this. I'm not worthy of this. Any other messages here for Aquarius? Any other messages here for Aquarius? You're avoiding a conversation, a confrontation with someone, with yourself, about what it is you truly desire, what it is you feel passionate about. You want to release a lot of the tension, resentment, maybe regret of the past. I think this devil energy that you're working on, you're working through, you're working to release, is this feeling of feeling othered all the time and feeling like constantly in opposition to the people around you, feeling like an outsider, feeling disconnected from people around you. You're trying to release that, instead take on a more optimistic mindset, a more active and less passive way to go about it. You're trying to let go of this mindset that it must be me, I must be the outsider, I must be the one that's doing something wrong. I'm the one that people have a hard time communicating with and getting close to. You're trying to let go of that and instead become more emotionally open and more passionately open. You want to move forward with a lot more active energy. if I want something, instead of just sitting here saying, I'm open to it, my mind is open, I'm actually going to go ahead and go get it instead. I'm not going to rush anything, but I'm actually going to go start searching. I'm going to go try a little more. I think there's an energy here of you get in that mindset of I'm not worthy of it, I don't deserve it, and so I'm not going to try or go after it. And that's actually what's preventing you from a lot of these manifestations, whatever it is you're trying to manifest. That's what's preventing them from coming in. You're not actually going after it. You're not exploring. You're not trying to connect with people. You feel out of alignment, out of balance, like you can't manifest this because you're still in this mindset of it must be me, so I'm not even going to try. Maybe you are completely unaware of your habit of doing this, but I think that's a habit that you're releasing. You're trying not to look at yourself so much as the other because that prevents you from making those connections. That prevents you from trying to make something actually happen. And I think you want to take on that energy of Page of Wands. I want to go after it. I want to go find these things. I want to be active and not so much passive. Any other messages here for Aquarius regarding this full moon? I think this is going to be a good chance for you to release a lot of negative self-talk. And actually admit to yourself that you want to feel deeper and more connected to the people around you, and that you're actually worthy of that. That you do want that, and that you're worthy of that. That's Scorpio. Sometimes Scorpio, water signs in general, they take the role of the victim. They stay stuck in that victim complex. I think you're trying to, that may be coming to the surface for you, the Scorpio full moon, where you're realizing, I don't want to make excuses for myself. I don't want to stay stuck in these bad habits. I don't want to be at fault, and I don't want to keep myself from the things that I want. It's my own mindset blocking me. It's my own bad habits that I gotta break. It's my own negative thinking. Any other messages here for Scorpio? Again, the Magician in reverse. You feel like you can't bring in what you want. You may be feeling like you don't have the tools you need. I think this might be an invitation for you to go find those tools. Go exploring. Strength. Six of Wands reversed. Star. You're trying to muster up all of the strength that you do have to not tell yourself that this is a mini failure. You're feeling so unsuccessful in these endeavors, but you're trying to stay strong. You're using all your strength. You're really trying to muster up confidence, courage, because being vulnerable or releasing these bad habits about negative feelings towards oneself, it takes a lot of strength, a lot of courage, a lot of might to even admit it to yourself, to be real with yourself. It may feel like a setback. It may feel like unsuccessful endeavors in terms of manifesting what you want, which it looks to me a lot like, really getting close to people, feeling connected to people. But your card is here. The star is here. There is hope to be had. You're trying. You're all of a sudden, you really have this energy of, I need to try. I'm going to be active about this with that Page of Wands. There is hope to be had. There is a reason to be optimistic here. I think your negative mindsets have kept you from exploring in the past, from even trying. Again, Temperance in reverse. There's a hope, but there's this feeling of misalignment, like it's not right at this time, or that you're hopeful despite feeling like there's a lack of balance and peace within you. Like feeling unhealed, like there's a lot that you need to heal. but feeling a little bit hopeful about the process. Misalignment is an opportunity to become aligned. Feeling unhealed is an opportunity to do the healing. The moon. In order to feel close and emotionally vulnerable with other people, you have to do that first with yourself. You have to get real and vulnerable with yourself. There's some emotional stuff that you've been avoiding. This Scorpio full moon is inviting you to take a look at it, to get real with yourself. Why do you feel so negatively? Why do you feel like you can't manifest what you want? Why don't you feel connected to people? Why don't you feel connected to yourself? Why do you feel unworthy? Why do you feel like you don't deserve these things? The Three of Cups. You deserve the connection you crave. You deserve the harmonious balance in connections, friendships, relationships, community. You deserve to feel connected and in alignment with the people around you. You have to get vulnerable with yourself first before you can really draw and create and develop strong bonds with other people. You at first have to create a strong bond with yourself. You have to feel within alignment within yourself. You're feeling disconnected from others because you may be disconnected from yourself. And I think there's some healing that needs to be done, some reflection that needs to be done. There's a need to get vulnerable and real with yourself. And from there, your connections will deepen. There is hope to be had. You have to take a more active role in your relationships, in your relationship to yourself. You are worthy of receiving what you want. So go searching for it. Go actively try looking for it and work on these things. You are a very important part of the manifestation process. You have to put in the work sometimes. It's not about just being open to receiving. It's about setting everything up so that everything is in alignment, and then exactly what you want comes in for you. You deserve the connection you crave. It is on its way. Get real with yourself. Get in touch with yourself. And you will start to feel the relationships around you deepen. So Aquarius, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you have a wonderful full moon. I hope it is healing for you. The scorpionic energy can be so heavy sometimes, but this is a chance to really transform ourselves and step into new emotional habits and patterns. And I wish that for you. I wish the best for you. I hope that this can provide you with some healing. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, just shoot me an email. My email's in the description box. Everything else you need to know is in the description box. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, my beautiful Pisces. How are y'all doing? This Scorpio full moon, this could be interesting for y'all. It is a water moon. You guys are a water sign. This could be a little bit heavy for you. I feel like Pisces, you guys have really have been through a lot. Especially recently. I feel like there's been some tough lessons for Pisces. Really, really hard in terms of establishing independence for yourself, emotional independence, really leveling up in terms of doing more things for yourself, providing for yourself, letting go of the connections that threatened your independence, that got in the way of your own priorities. I just feel like Pisces have had such a glow up in terms of putting themselves first, putting their emotional needs first, turning off the empathy, and stop letting other people walk all over them and interfere with other areas of their lives. You know, Pisces have had this long journey of learning not to prioritize their close relationships so much to the point where it hurts other areas of their lives, or it affects their well-being, or it affects their ability to be one-on-one with themselves. I think a lot of this Taurus energy that we've been moving into as well is going to be really good for you, learning how to prioritize yourself, nurture yourself, take care of yourself, rest, do nice things for yourself. Be appreciative for your body and the ways it provides for you. Be appreciative of the ways you provide for yourself. And just letting go of this false idea that you need to rely on others all the time for a lot of your needs. There's such beauty in discovering that you can provide for yourself everything that you need. And I think that's been a really big journey for you for a while now. So the Scorpio full moon could be intense. There could be some conclusions and revelations you haven't yet come to regarding some of these themes. I'm getting like there may be some emotional culmination or emotional release of the heaviness of this lesson. There could be some kind of wrap up or finality in some way, or something again being revealed to you about this process that you haven't made this realization or connection before. Yeah, I just feel this like this Scorpio energy for you could be good about you just almost being a little bit private and just letting yourself go through this emotional process alone, because you can and you have, and you don't need to always involve other people, because I think this is so much about you, and I think it's going to be really important that you don't, oh my god, it's going to be really important that you don't share this really heavy experience with someone else. I think this is a time for you to rely on yourself emotionally. Yeah, the Scorpio energy could be a good lesson for you in emotional privacy and how that is important and how that's actually really beneficial to you, and that you don't have to share all of your emotional experiences with other people. And that some processes are personal, and that's good for you to reflect on it on your own, to make your own conclusions about it, to feel the way you do about it, to come to your own realizations about it, about your own themes and the lessons you've been learning. Let it be a private experience. It's a really interesting download I'm getting. So, all right, Pisces, let's get into it. I am inspiring, the number 9. I am inspiring to those around me even when I don't realize it. When I am welcoming, kind, and giving towards people, it inspires them to respond to me the same way. I am inspiring. So Pisces, I really think that you often have this tendency to be really sharing about everything in your life. You want to share everything. You want to share experiences, things, material things, space, time with so many people. And I think it's this desire to be inspiring to others in some way, this desire to have an impact on others. But I think that there's gonna be this theme of just allowing yourself to have a private experience, allowing yourself to just do something by yourself, for yourself, moving into this energy of really prioritizing yourself, becoming really independent emotionally, physically. And that in itself is going to be really inspiring to people, even if you're not, overtly sharing it with everyone. And I don't mean that as a dig. I just feel that in Pisces, you have this need to share everything with everyone to make it feel more real. But there's going to be this call to have a very personal experience, to allow yourself and be grateful for and bask and embrace those personal experiences that are just for you. The lesson is only there for you. The beauty of that experience is only there for you. And you doing your healing on your own and doing whatever this thing is going to be on your own is going to be really inspiring to people. That in itself, of you taking care of yourself and almost being a little bit more private, that is going to be inspiring to people. So that's interesting, Pisces. Let's see what messages we have for you. Any messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, whatever Pisces placements you may have in your chart or have been connecting with? Okay. The King of Pentacles. You've been working on your money. You've been really focusing on your money and career, building up your finances, building a good foundation, a stable foundation for yourself, whatever that means to you. It doesn't have to be just about money. It could just be about, I'm trying to get my shit together, trying to have a good foundation by myself, for myself. King of Pentacles is very independent. They don't need anybody. They provide for others. with how stable they are, how abundant they are. If you're striving towards abundance, it's about having the mindset of I am already abundant, and in flows more abundance. I feel like you've been very focused on work or building up your foundation for yourself, getting your money back together, looking for a new home, putting money and energy and time into your home, leveling up at work, being someone that people rely on in some way, or just being really financially independent and stable. Just getting your stability back. Maybe you've been feeling a little bit alone, like I'm leveling up, and so I've been feeling a bit more lonely, like I'm this person on my throne, and I'm the only one who is in this position, and people don't really understand me from over here, or I'm experiencing this alone. You've been very focused on money and stability. Any other messages here for Pisces? That was a lot. Any other messages here for Pisces? Just a few. You're planning. You're plotting. You're making plans. Where am I going to go next? What am I going to do next? What's my next move? What do I want? What does the near future hold for me? Do I want to travel? Do I want to stay here? Should I apply to those jobs? Should I look at that city? Should I take this little vacation? I'm planning. I'm in the very beginning of my planning stages. You may be feeling like it's all up in your head right now. You're not making any concrete plans yet. It's all up in your head. I'm really just trying to get my stability back. I'm not spending my money yet. I'm not putting my money anywhere yet. I'm planning where I'm going to be putting my money. I'm getting my stability back up and starting to plan my next move with this savings that I've built up. I found myself in good footing here where I am, but I'm making plans for my next move. And it directly involves what's going to make me happy? What do I want? What's going to make me feel joyful and fulfilled? I kind of want this youthful feeling to come back. How do I get that? I'm making plans to travel or go on a vacation because I need some joy. I just need some relief, some release. Maybe you're planning a vacation alone because you're finally realizing that good experiences can be had alone. Pisces. You may be making plans for the future because you want to be happier. You want happiness. You're chasing happiness. What is going to make me happy? Where do I want to go? I'm building up my stability, trying to look towards the future, be optimistic. Spring is coming around again. You're feeling good. You're feeling like new things are getting started. You're feeling a bit confident, joyful. You feel youthful and excited and optimistic. But there's something you're resisting. There's an ending you're resisting. There is an unstable tower that you are not going to see coming. The fall of it, you're not going to see coming. Maybe you are worried that things are good right now and you're making plans for things to be even better. And I think you're even a bit worried about when's the next bad thing going to happen? When's the next tower going to come crumbling down? It's almost like this fear in the back of your mind. And it's causing this lack of confidence. There's this, I'm planning for the future. I am the King of Pentacles. I've gotten my shit together. I've had my shit together. I'm getting my stability back. I'm getting back on my feet. I'm making plans. I'm planning where to go from here. But I'm just worried about things falling apart before they get started. Or if things are so good right now, I don't want to fuck it up and for something to fall apart. And because of that, it's causing this lack of confidence. It's causing you to question your ability to maintain and keep the good things in your life, the stability that you find, the optimism that you find, the happiness that you find. Things are good right now, but you're questioning, when's the tower going to fall? When are things going to get shitty again? And that comes from this lack of confidence in your ability to truly provide for yourself, to truly create abundance for yourself, to truly find stability and be content and happy in your life. It's almost this lack of security and lack of belief in yourself, lack of confidence in your ability to create your own reality, to really make shit happen, to command a room, to be the director in the driver's seat of your own life. I think it's some of this fear and tension and maybe almost a grudge that you hold against yourself from the past about how you haven't seen certain things coming, and so you want to be more alert. It's almost this grudge that you're trying to let go of about your past self of, I should have known better before that tower fell. I should have known better and saw it coming when that tower fell. But you didn't, because how were you supposed to know? Now, you're much wiser. Now, you've gotten your shit together. Your stability is good. You're happy. Things are fine. You're making plans for the future. But what good is it to make plans for the future if you're literally planning in, if you're penciling in some negative thing to happen? All this confidence that you've been working to build up is going to go right out the window if you're always expecting something bad to happen. It's almost like you don't trust yourself. It's almost like you don't trust yourself despite having gotten to the point where you are right now. If things are good right now, that means you did the work to get there. That means you must have done something right to get where you are right now. So why are you worried about things falling apart? Why are you questioning your confidence and your ability to create a positive reality for yourself? You've done it. You're in it right now. You're living in it. Why are you living in the past? Why are you living in fear? Why aren't you trusting yourself? Why are you mad at yourself about how things haven't worked out in the past? Don't worry about that. Things are good right now. Enjoy them for what they are right now. Live in the moment right now. It's okay to make plans. Don't be fearful of making plans for your future. Yes, things are subject to change. Not everything lasts forever. But you'll be flexible and you'll make the change of plans if anything changes, when that time comes. But right now, you're making plans based on your current circumstances. And that's okay. Why are you worried about the past when you're in the present moment right now? In the process of getting your shit together and finding your stability, you may have disconnected from certain people. You may feel like you've lost friends. You may feel like you've lost a little bit of your circle. You may feel disconnected from those around you. Maybe you've been putting your head down and just really focusing on work to the point where you haven't seen anyone in a while. You haven't seen friends in a while. You feel like there's a disconnect between you and your friends, the people you live with, your family. You feel like in the process of leveling up and finding your stability, you had to let some friendships go, which isn't really a bad thing. If you're going after what you want, if you're creating stability for yourself, which is good, if there's friends lost in the process, I don't think those friends were supposed to be there. I think then those friends were causing a lack of stability or preventing you from finding that stability. Could even be relationships too. There's people that may have exited your life in the process of you finding stability and independence. I think those losses might have been for the better. And I think you're learning to let it go and instead looking towards the future about new friends that could come in. better people who can come into your circle and your environment. Again, you're making plans to become more independent. You're making plans because you are independent. You're making plans to go on vacation because you have the money to do so, and you made that money. So now you're going to treat yourself. You're making plans towards the future and looking out to the future and being optimistic about what else is going to come in for you in terms of new people, because you found a lot of independence and you've broken a lot of deeper emotional connections with people because you wanted your stability, you wanted your independence, you wanted your freedom, you wanted the things you wanted more than the relationships that were keeping you from those things. And so you're making plans to cut more relationship off, to further yourself into this independence that you found. You're making plans because you've let go of a lot of relationships that kept you from being independent. You're optimistic about the future because you've done a lot to let go of people that really aren't meant to be on this path of you moving towards whatever it is that you're moving towards and trying to create for yourself. The new life that you've been working hard to create, the new reality that you've been manifesting and building for yourself. At times it could feel lonely, but at the same time you just feel like there's so much material and non-tangible success. Like, it's not just success of, oh, I have money and I have the clout. Like, it's success, and I feel successful in the way that I've transitioned and advanced in life in general, the way that I've become a stronger, wiser person. I'm leveling up in so many ways. And so there's relationships that are falling to the wayside as a result of that. But that's okay. I have big dreams. I have big plans for myself. I have big goals. And those are more important to me than the relationships that don't fit into those plans. I want to be happy. And if there's people that are going to prevent me from going after what's going to make me happy, then those people aren't meant for me. Right? My independence is more important than these connections that keep me from my independence, right? Right. Independence is going to be a big theme for you this year, Pisces. And I think you establishing your independence, going after what you want, not relying on anyone, is going to be very inspiring to some people. Inspiring to the people that you're maybe meant to connect with on your path, on this new path, to this new thing that you want. You're trying to be smart. You're trying to make the right decisions. You want to be happy. And so, in order to do that, you're really leading the way for yourself. You're calling the shots. You're making the right decisions. You're being smart and level-headed. You're being objective. You're trying to be someone who is seeking the truth. I want the real shit. I want the reality. I want people to show me who they are. I want the truth. That's what's going to make me happy. If I start making smarter, wiser decisions. I think within this of you chasing your happiness, again, you're going to be inspiring and people are going to look to you like, how did you do that? How did you go through all the shit you went through and make it to where you are? How did you overcome a lot of that stuff? How did you let go of all those people? How did you gain so much independence? How did you find so much contentment in what you're doing in life? I think that people might be like looking to you for answers in some way. Like you have this truth and this knowledge that you've gained that might be really inspiring and helpful to others. Maybe time for you to, I feel like down the road, you're going to be sharing your experiences, but not now. This is for you to gain your independence. This time is for you to really establish your independence, maintain it, thrive, do what you need to do, and have some personal, individual experiences all on your own. You may not want to or may not need to share them with anyone for a while, but down the road, there's going to be people wondering how you did it, and that will be the time to share, but not now. Now is the time to have the experience. Again, the Eight of Wands, something is going to be coming in really quickly. And I don't think it's anything bad. I think that things are going to be happening very quickly. I think you're sitting here worried about something bad that's going to happen, but instead, something else is going to be coming in quickly. Communication of some sort. I almost feel like it's going to be a new perspective, a new understanding of something that was a really painful experience from your past. You're going to be receiving some kind of closure, clarity, healing from that experience. Because you took the time to step back, be alone, be independent, and focus on other things. And so you're going to be very quickly receiving some healing. It's going to come in feeling like, I feel so much differently than I did 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 12 months ago. I almost feel like also this could be closure / reconciliation, but not in the way that you think. It could be in almost a resolve. Just a resolution of something that went down between you and another person. It could just be like an exchange of sincerity and apology. Maybe not necessarily apology, but a sincere exchange that makes you feel better about why certain friends fell away, why certain relationships fell away. Your relationship to those people is going to get a different perspective because there's going to be some kind of closure or healing that's going to be like, have a way of helping you be like, okay, yeah, that's why that ended. That's why I needed to let that go. All that time I was resisting a tower falling, but it needed to. And here I am waiting for the next tower to fall, but there's no towers left to fall. I think they've all fallen. And you're actually just on this new path forward. I don't think there's any more tough lessons for the time being. I think there's gonna be, especially through this Taurus season, it's gonna be a time for you to rest a bit, make some plans, be alone, get a little bit of healing and closure, and maybe start to reestablish that confidence a little bit. Something's gonna be happening very quickly. That's going to help you reestablish your confidence. That's going to help you heal something and resolve something. Whatever betrayal has happened to you, there's going to be resolve or healing there. Whatever painful experience left you feeling so out of control of your life, it's going to help you kind of get some of that autonomy back. I feel like you're stuck in the past and beating yourself up over how you haven't always known what was going to happen before it happened in the past. There still may be some resentment between you and another person about something that went down. That resentment, that grudge, that tension is going to be released very soon. It's going to be happening very quickly. You might receive some communication from someone about, it doesn't even have to be an apology. It could just be like, let's put the past behind us. We both moved on, right? Good. It's okay to get some healing and closure and not open it back up. I'm not talking about opening something back up. I'm just talking about an exchange of sincerity about the past and then moving forward. About how y'all didn't see eye to eye. Y'all were just on different pages. Y'all just didn't work well together. It wasn't a good match. You didn't have the same vision. You weren't going in the same places. And that's okay. Y'all had different paths to go to and get on. And I almost feel like it's this lack of confidence, like it had something to do with you. No. You just needed to be realigned with where you were supposed to be, and so did they. And that meant that a split needed to occur. Friendships needed to disappear and drop. Doesn't always have to be hard feelings. You can let go of the grudge. It's entirely possible, and it might be very, very good opportunity pretty soon for you to do so. Let me pull one more for you, Pisces. Death. Oh, baby. This Scorpio full moon, it might be the final step in a healing process for you. It might be the final step in a resolve of some past energetic splits between you and other people. It might be a final, like, cutting of ties and a healing, a resolve, a conflict resolution, some closure. Like, there's a finality that can be really positive here. A closure to you beating yourself up about why, people have left you, this abandonment mindset. No, it's about the things that you needed to do and heal alone. It's about the path that you needed to get on to find your happiness, find your stability, find your independence, find your success. And I just truly feel like there is no hard feelings, and you felt like, I have to have hard feelings this whole time. I have to have hard feelings. I just want to feel bitter. I want to feel resentful. There's a letting go of that. And letting go of feeling bad about yourself. Feeling a lack of confidence. There's going to be healing here about how y'all were just on different pages, saw things differently, and needed to go in different directions. There's going to be a finality to that. There's going to be a death to that old way of thinking about, these people left me. Instead, no, I just needed to go a different direction. The way that you've gained independence and the ability to get through tough experiences alone and bounce back from these tough experiences and find stability again, find purpose again, be able to look to the future optimistically, be content and happy, despite having lost some people in the process, that's inspiring. That's going to be inspiring to people. And when you have an open heart, when you are welcoming and kind to others, grudges are let go, things from the past are healed, painful experiences are released, old ways of emotionally thinking. The Scorpio full moon is really asking us to let go of thinking from and feeling from places of hurt, and instead seeing them as ways in which we have grown, changed, transformed, ascended, leveled up, gotten stronger, gotten wiser, and gotten closer to who we're supposed to be, where we're supposed to be. This is really beautiful energy. I'm going to leave it there. I love Pisces. I love you guys. If you want to book a personal reading with me, please shoot me an email. We can set something up. If any of this resonated with you, please leave comments down below. I would love to hear about it. All the other information is in the description box. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. All of your love means so much to me. I love you guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, beautiful Aries. How are y'all doing? This reading is going to be for you and the Scorpio full moon. I hope y'all are well. I hope you enjoyed your season. Hope you enjoyed all of that Aries energy, that beautiful renewal, the feeling of freshness and new starts, of initiative, fiery energy, going after what we want. This Taurus energy, Taurus season, all the planets in Taurus, it's going to help us put things into action, really lay down the plans, get to work, really be about what we said we wanted to do in Aries season. This Scorpio full moon could be interesting for you, especially following up. Especially how we're following it up. How do I say this? Especially because it follows the Aries new moon that we experienced the beginning of April, which was really about setting wonderful intentions. What do we want? What do we want to go after? Now, the Scorpio full moon is what do we need to release to get it? How do we need to let go of emotional baggage in order to move forward and really get started on these things? How have we changed and transformed? And how has that changed what we go after and what we want out of life, out of relationships, out of work, out of our environments? This Scorpio full moon could be a good time in general for anyone to do some emotional reflecting, but especially about how we have changed and how that has changed our behaviors, our habits, and our desires. How we have emotionally transformed and how that has affected our trajectory and the things we are doing with our lives. So, any first messages here for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, whatever placements you may have or are connecting with? I am focused. I am focused on achieving my goals through deliberate actions. I take time to feel how it would feel to achieve my dreams. I visualize my desires through a lens of love and happiness. I am focused. The number 11, that's a very powerful spiritual number. It's about the self. It's about manifestation. I feel like all of this Taurus energy is going to be really good for you in getting focused on going after the things that you said you really wanted in Aries season. This Scorpio full moon, though, is going to ask you to reflect on how you've emotionally changed and how you still need to emotionally change. How you need to be emotionally adaptive to new chapters of your life. How we can't keep doing the same emotional habits when we're trying to do things differently and we're expecting different outcomes and we want different outcomes. You're very focused. And if you're not feeling very focused, what is in the way? Is it some emotional baggage that needs to be let go of so you can feel new and fresh and light? Any messages for Aries here for the Scorpio full moon? Any messages for Aries here for the Scorpio full moon? Feeling disconnected from self or others. Feeling defensive. Feeling like you can't get close to or vulnerable with people for whatever reason. Lack of self-love. Lack of connection to self. That is preventing you from moving forward. You feel stuck in one place and like you're just trying to hold things down. You are just trying to maintain your sanity. You are just trying to make things work as they are right now in this very circumstance. You can't think about anything else besides defending yourself, making shit work, keeping things together, holding it all together, just getting through the day. You may be avoiding yourself, avoiding your inner emotions, and that is what's causing you to be so defensive. You may be feeling very insecure at this time and disconnected from self, disconnected from your self-love practices that are keeping you very defensive at this time. Like you have to protect yourself from all of these outside dangers that would poke holes in your vulnerability. You're avoiding that vulnerability. Maybe you're not focused on taking care of yourself or feeling connected to yourself right now because you are so focused on just getting through the day, just making things work, just making things happen, just making sure everything runs okay, runs smoothly. You're working really hard. You're working really hard. Under the circumstances that you're in, you're working really hard and you're making it work. Even if you're neglecting yourself and your needs a little bit right now. Could be you feeling very disconnected from your partner or someone that you are in close connection with, and you're denying or defending or fighting for it to make it work in some way. Any other messages here for Aries? There's a lot of tension, resentment, grudge, disagreement that needs to be let go of, or you are trying to let go of. But it's not working because there's a disconnect here and you're just trying to make it work and you're pushing and pushing and fighting for it to make it work because you don't want the tension and arguing. You don't want to have that conversation. You don't want to have that confrontation. You don't want that agreement of some sort to be broken. There's a lack of self-care and self-love right now because you are just fighting to make something work, to avoid the confrontation, avoid that difficult conversation about how you are rocking the boat. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to do things differently. You don't want to stir the pot. You don't want people to look at you weird. You don't want people to think that you're doing something rebellious just to be rebellious. You are afraid to do things differently than what is expected of you. You are avoiding the confrontation that comes with branching out and doing your own shit. You are not prioritizing yourself right now. There's a lack of connection to self that's keeping you pushing forward and avoiding going in a different direction and the tension and confrontation and disagreement that will cause. It's almost like you're hiding parts of yourself. You're hiding how you truly feel. You're trying to defend yourself, your beliefs, your line of work. You're trying to defend something that you believe in, something that you value, something that you're doing, just to avoid the confrontation. You don't want to have that conversation. You don't want to be in disagreement, but it's affecting you because you don't feel connected to yourself. Or maybe it's actually causing a deep rift in your partnership because you're just avoiding all of this. You're avoiding something that's actually really important to you just because you don't want to be rebellious and make your partner upset or fuck up the marriage, cause a rift in the marriage, cause a rift in the family, cause a rift in the institution. Maybe you're really worried about your public reputation, how you're seen by institutions or higher figures. There could be something with legal matters here. You're feeling out of balance though. You're feeling very misaligned, like you're not in the right place. You don't feel like you're living out your authentic self right now. You're just trying to make it work. You're trying to keep pushing. You're trying to defend yourself. You're trying to hold the fort down, but you're not feeling connected to yourself. You're feeling out of alignment. You want to do things your own way, but you're afraid of what that means and the implications of that. You're afraid of missing an opportunity. You're afraid of being seen as lazy and like you didn't do something correctly or didn't do it at all. You're afraid to embark on something or start a project or invest in something because you're just feeling like something here was a bad idea or is a bad idea. You did something for a job that you're going to regret or are now regretting. You feel like you have to defend yourself and defend your job to those around you. Because other people are like, that's not a very traditional way to make money or provide for yourself, make an income for yourself. You want to start a project, but you're almost being deterred from investing in that in some way. But because of this outside pressure, you feel disconnected from yourself and you feel like misaligned. Like, God forbid, doing something differently, doing something against what's expected of you, doing something against societal norms, you know, taking your knowledge and using it in a completely different way, doing something rebellious, or just what people may say is, this is so unlike you, but it's really not. It's what you want to do. It's actually what you believe in. It's actually what you're good at. It's actually what could be good for you. But you're being so deterred and influenced by outside forces because you don't want to cause tension. You don't want to be the rebellious one. You don't want to miss out on important financial opportunities. You don't want to fuck up your money. And people are maybe trying to tell you right now, oh, you're going to fuck up your money by doing this. But something is like, I gotta defend myself here. I gotta defend what I believe in. I gotta defend the line of work I chose. This is what I chose to do. You're feeling misaligned because your environment isn't matching up with how you feel inside. Your environment isn't a nurturing place for you to connect to self and do what you want to do and go your own way and forge your own path and make your own money. It's definitely causing imbalance or some kind of instability. Any other messages here for Aries for this Scorpio full moon? The Three of Cups. You just want to be somewhere where you're accepted, understood, connected, in harmony with the people around you. That's what you want, but you're not. Or you are so disconnected from self, Two of Cups in reverse, just to please those around you, just to keep things harmonious and okay. You want a peaceful environment. Okay, that means sacrificing what I want. That means sacrificing feeling good and balanced and connected within myself. That means constantly having to defend myself. This is so obnoxious. I'm so sick of this. Why? Why do you have to constantly defend yourself? That's exhausting. Just to avoid what? Just to avoid some conflict? Hierophant. You feel like you just have to fight and stick it out because this is what is expected of you? Like maybe if you had gone a more traditional route, you wouldn't have to be here defending your every move. If you had just done things in a traditional way, if you had just taken a traditional job, if you had just decided to do a regular old lifestyle that society expects of you, that your family expects of you, then you wouldn't have to be here defending yourself. Then you wouldn't have to be here fighting so hard to put up a certain image of who you are that isn't really true and authentic and in alignment with who you actually are and what you actually believe in. You feel like you have to fight really hard to defend your values, your beliefs, your lifestyle. This avoidance of confrontation and a butting of heads, this avoidance of having a difficult conversation, is actually causing you to be in a position where you feel like you are giving up a little bit of your power. Like, it's making you feel not confident. It's making you feel like you don't even have control of your own life and your own decisions. It's making you feel like you have to give up a little bit of your power, control, and autonomy over your own life. Just to avoid confrontation. Just to avoid arguments. Just to avoid the tension. Page of Pentacles in reverse. You're afraid that branching out and doing something different than what is expected of you by your family, by society, by anyone, is not a smart money move. That you're gonna fail to launch before you even get started. That you're making a poor investment. That you're embarking on a project that's not a good idea. It doesn't bode well for you. So they say. So these people say. Going your own way, forging your own path, doing things differently, being unconventional, that just spells bad for your money. Which you may be internalizing, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think this is a lot about expectations and what other people want of you, expect of you, how they see you, and your ability to let it roll off your back or let it completely affect your life and your decision making. You don't feel in alignment because you don't feel like yourself. You feel like you're lying about who you are. You feel like you're hiding something. You feel like an imposter. You feel like imposter syndrome because you're putting up this whole front for these certain people and what they expect of you, and you're pretending to do these things, be this kind of person for these people just to avoid losing friends, just to keep the peace, just to have a good environment. But at what cost? You not doing what you want with your life, you being exhausted from having to put up this fake persona all the time, you having to defend yourself all the time, you feeling like an imposter, like a fake, like you're hiding something, like you're lying, and it's making you feel so disconnected, unbalanced within yourself. Just to keep the peace? I don't know if that's really worth it. The way that you're letting this influence what you do with your job, your life, your money, there's a lot of illusion here. There's a lot of illusion here about the prospect and the possibility of what comes from doing your own thing, going your own way, making decisions for yourself, you deciding what to do with your money, you deciding what to invest in, what projects to start, what job to do. I almost feel like also you feel like you maybe fucked up before you even got started, or like you're really letting these people influence you and tell you that something is a bad idea when really it holds a lot of possibility. There's a lot of options, there's a lot of promise. And I think you may be letting these people pigeonhole you into this way of thinking like, why are you doing that? This is the way you should do it. This is the only way to do it. These traditional ways of doing something, that's how you should do it. But really, there's a lot more options than that. There's a lot more possibility than that. And it's a matter of you figuring out what you want, what you're good at, what you truly want to do, what you truly believe in, what you truly stand by and stand for. And I think this Scorpio full moon is going to be some kind of realization surrounding this. Maybe a conversation really needs to be had. A reveal of how you really feel. Like, I feel like there's aspects of yourself that you're just completely hiding from people because they expect you to be a certain way, do a certain thing, so you're doing it. But for how long? How long can you do that? You may have to reveal how you actually feel, at least to yourself. There's this need to focus. There's this need to focus in on what you want to do, who you are, what you believe in, what you value, and how to go towards it and how to get in alignment with it. Because right now, you just feel like you're not even yourself. You can't even be yourself in this environment. And I think the focus needs to be on you, your priorities, your time, your desires, your beliefs, your values. Taurus Venus and Taurus energy are going to help with that immensely. Prioritizing yourself, your self-care, your money, your indulgence. What do you want? The Hierophant. What do you believe in? What do you value? It can be different from others. Fuck them. What do you want to do? Okay, Aries. This was interesting. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If you would like a personal reading with me, just hit me up with my email and we can set something up. All the other information is in my description box. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Tell your mom, tell your friends. Send this video to someone. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next reading.